What's up, everybody, and welcome to Mystic's MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, so I've got to adjust this 1 second. This is crazy. This is nuts. Let's turn down that master volume a little bit, shall we? Don't really need music. Hardly at all. Everything else we should be pretty good on. Alright. Looks good. So it's my first day back on Guild Wars 2. It's been years. I mean years. It's not I've touched this game. You know, I was a tester for it in closed beta 2, I want to say, and then I was there for open beta, which was cool, really cool. And ArenaNet is really cool. NCSoft, really, you know, I love the guys over there. They're pretty cool. But I haven't played this. Now, here's a couple things to note. I guess they took away, they quit playing in esports about a year and a half ago or something. Guild Wars used to be a big esports before even GW2. And Guild Wars 1 was kind of what set the standard for arena type style battleground play and competitive play. I mean, a lot of people would say World of Warcraft, but Guild Wars 1 really did set the tone and pace. But this game was a lot different. Now, if this is not available on console platforms, it's a PC game only. But the base game's free. So I just purchased the new expansion, Trials by Fire. So I'm going to be taking a look at this. So I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay, stream play. There are a couple. It's different in a lot of aspects to most MMOs, but at the same time, it's pretty fast paced. It still has it's not a Twitch based system like what we see in ESO or DCUO. It's still turn based, but they kind of upped the ante with Guild Wars 2, and I think that's kind of why I didn't go with it at the time, because they were trying to go with a Twitch system, but still turn-based system with some spammables, and I'm like, I'm not feeling this as much as I did on the initial Guild Wars. So that's why I didn't continue playing Guild Wars 2. So, and it just broke my heart when I logged in the original Guild Wars, and even though it's still up, nobody's playing it. So, because everybody was playing GW2. So, anywho, long story short, you know, a lot of changes with certain things. I'll be covering all of this. So, the game has a storyline based on races. So, I have 2 characters. I can open up character slots in the item store. I thought I was going to get an extra character slot. I wasn't sure. You can buy them, whatever. But I had a boost, so I went with the boost so I could play this content. You could just play it. And now they have mounts with this expansion. First time for the game to actually introduce mounts. So I thought that was cool. I was like, wow, we're putting mounts in Guild Wars? Okay, all right, let's see what it's about. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Now, it'll automatically, you know, just kind of have this, you know, walkthrough of, you know, asking you whatever, all this other stuff. So I have mail, larder. Then I have my pet. Everything should be pretty standard here, but I can switch out abilities. Now, over here, you guys will notice I have a back bar. So we have a front bar, we have a back bar, which is called switch bar. It's called switch bar in this game. Right, but it's same principle as Elder Scrolls, except you'll notice over here, these all stay standard. Right, so those abilities stay standard. These abilities change based on the weapon you slot. Now, being that I'm an archer, my main's bow. And then, of course, I think I have a sword or something. I'll have to check it out. I just got on this. So first thing I always do is, if I'm going to take a whatever and they're going to preload my stuff, I want to change out my loadout. You know, see what my options are. Always. Currently, I'm using We Heal as one. Heal yourself and your pet. Okay. Troll. Ungent. You and your pet regenerate health over time. per second. Yeah. Heals you and your pet. Place a trap that grants generation and cures conditions on allies. That's kind of like a group thing. Huh. Summon a water spirit that grants nearby allies a chance to heal. Okay. Prayer. So we're going to keep this ability. I think that's kind of cool. Okay. Shouts. Your pet rushes at your foe, revealing them and dealing increased damage. It's a protection. It's a guard. Your pet teleports a down ally. No, we'll stay with the Sikkim. I guess so far it's so good. Okay. Alright, signets. Increase the ferocity of you and your pet. Increase damage. Improves toughness. So it's like a, you know, grants 25 increased movement speed. You and your pet's attack become unblockable. That'd be interesting. Check out PvP. You and your pet recover health. Grants resistance to your pet if pulls conditions. Okay. A renewal. So it has a health to it. Maybe. It has a break too. That'd be good for maybe like PvP or something. Alright. Dealing damage and gaining bigger. I don't know. Got a bleed, apply. Use muds to cripple, slow, and immobilize foes. Okay. I guess for the we'll stay with it for now. Pact. Yo, what's up, Cal? Trying to figure out. I'll play with this. I'll play with this loadout. We'll see. I'm just playing with the Trials by Fire. Just got the expansion for Guild Wars 2. Checking it out. Just playing around. It's been a minute, man. I feel lost and confused and all that. Okay, everything else is pretty standard still. You can you know, resize your map, kind of move things around. If it does, there it went. You can scroll into the map, scroll out the mini map. That's kind of a cool aspect. You can change HUDs around. It's pretty good. It's pretty flexible when it comes to interface options. Now you have two ways of moving. You can do WASD or you can use the mouse. I do really prefer mouse movement because then I can use my buttons. And then we do have a dodge system. It's not really all that good. I mean, given the fact that it's okay. Alright. Now, I want to check out this mount here. I want to check out the mount. There's my pet, my little Jaguar. If you're wanting to know how the visuals look. If I can... Okay, there's my mask. You can always customize things. You can get dyes. I'm trying to check out this whole mount thing. I'm like, where's the mount at? Let me check out the mount. Hold on. Let me go in my bag, my inventory. Wrong button. Package of old equipment. Don't think so. Okay, I need back. What's up with this? I can't even stay on you know, my internet is just popping. And now my dude just drops his shit. Say what? I don't get it. I'm still trying to figure this crap out. I'm going to kill Spectrum. If I DC one more time during this stream, Spectrum's getting a very hard call from my ass. They're going to get a bad call. They better make sure it doesn't happen. Thank you. So thank you. I don't know what's up with this pet, though. I don't know what's up with the pet. Where's the pet at? Oh, well. Alright. I got the quest. I think I got the quest. I don't even care. That's kind of cool. Okay, it's still, you know, tab target system.
The security of the pack staging area depends on our ability to hold the...
Yeah. Do you have to pay for the level 80 boost? No, it comes with the upgrade. It's not a separate purchase. Character slots are, though. Like I said, this was... There's the AoE. Like I said, it's been... I feel like... It feels awkward. They tried to, introduce, When the combat system, when I first tested it, I remember jumping on, and graphically, I was just... It was amazing. Graphically. I mean, I was always, I feel like, really impressed with what ArenaNet does for, the game. We can also go with the melee, so let me show you guys how we set that up. So I have to get used to keyboard and mouse. I've been using controllers too long. Controllers have spoiled me. Controllers have spoiled me. Could be GW2 servers. I doubt it. No. Because it's just been whatever. Haven't played this in forever. I know, right? But okay, so let me explain why I came back to this game specifically. Never been a big PvEer in the aspects of Guild Wars 2. Okay, Guild Wars 2 storyline and arc and stuff, I guess it's cool, but honestly, it gets... Now, the replay in this game is pretty amazing. I'm not going to say it isn't because it's based on race, right? Instead of, everybody starts at the same shit, do the same missions. So... Every class kind of takes on a little something. Dude, how in the hell did you get your pet, motherfuck? What? And how do I make this shit permanent? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm asking. So let's talk about build options. Build options. Okay, this is the build HUD. Okay, it's pretty... interesting. Okay, over to the left, you're going to see main hand options, right? And offhands. Okay, so right now I have a sword. I think I have a sword. Or an axe. Something. So I have a dagger. That's like my offhand. And then my main hand, it should be a dagger or something. But you'll see when I use the longbow, I get these abilities. Short bow, different abilities. Axes, different abilities from swords. Offhand, it will tell me also what I can do. So I compare one axe with a dagger. The dagger offhand will give me 2 different attacks. So that's how you figure out, okay, what's my build based around? What type of weapons am I using? Another thing is what we got, specialization. Specializations are important because when you go to specialization, it'll lead you to the path that you're taking towards your effectiveness of your abilities. So lesser signet stone, you and your pet take no damage from attacks. You and your pet are still susceptible to conditions and control effects. Whatever. Hunter's gaze, gain might when you strike a foe based on their health percentage, right? Cast Lesser Call of the Wild when you swap pets. So when I do a pet swap, I get the effect. So I get passive effects based on my specializations, right? So these apply passive or active effects. So how builds work. So it's pretty interesting in that regards. Now, what's more interesting is every class can play like a tanky role, a Healy type role. It's pretty flexible in the way that Elder Scrolls never... What the fuck is dropping the rain of arrows on my ass? Oh, there it is.
Strength of the pack.
Oh, it's a 2H. I knew it was a sword. Where in the hell is this thing at?
I'll revive you.
I'm gonna die. Make sure you go over these things in town.
Welcome back, my friend.
And then there's combos. You'll figure out the combos at some point or another. This dude's got a fucking rifle. Okay. Now PvP. Well, I was just about to get into this whole conversation. PvP. What's nice about this game? Why do players play this game? Why is it does so well even after all these years? People's gonna ask that. Why? Because they keep PvP and PvE separate, right? Unlike most games, right? You do not have any aspect to PvE that will effectively do anything for your PvP. It just won't. It doesn't whatsoever. Seeing your new PvE sampler build. Oh, did you? Did you like it? That becomes the question. Did you like it? I like it. I thought it was good. This is what's good about you taking a break from me, so we get to see other games in action. Yeah, for sure. Now, nice thing about this game, what I like about it, PvP is separate. It's separate. It's completely separate. You don't do nothing. You don't grind PvE to PvP. It's not how it's done, boys and girls. It is not how it's done in this game. You at level 3, you can walk in to the mist and PvP at full level cap, at level 80 cap. You're going to PvP at cap with everybody else, even if you never grinded out the tune. You don't have to. Don't worry about it. The build's there. You pick your weapons, you slot your shit, you configure your build and your sigils and your enchantments, and you're good to go. That's what's nice about Guild Wars. That's why Guild Wars was always on a different level when it came to competitive PvP. It never mixed the two. It was like, no, we're keeping it separate. We're keeping PvE separate from PvP, right? That's what it is. That's what they've always done. That's why they were always like, your PvE gear isn't going to do you a fucking thing in PvP because we're going to keep it separate, man. It's all, we got to keep it separated. And they did it. They did such a good job of that. Now, I always commend the games that keep the PvE and PvP separate. Grinding is still kind of a thing. You know, I can't say that's not the case. I can't say the game's balanced because this game is not balanced. You don't have to have balance, and that's why I always tell people, balance doesn't mean shit. The PvPers don't want balance. As a PvPer, I'm not asking for balance. I'm asking for counterplay. That right? And that's a difference. That's huge, huge difference, man. Yeah, yeah. I already got that notification, man. So I got this crazy achievement thing. I got a heroic boost. So I got a reward gain for PvP too in WVW, World versus World. What? Bank Access Express. Okay. It was good. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. I try. You know, I try. I try. Alright, alright. I don't know. I don't even know. Like, what is up with this shit? Okay, so if I do this and I commit, this is what I get. Which I can commit to it. It unlocks it. This comes with the expansion. You get this with the expansion. Now, the base game's free. So if you're a PC player, you have a PC game that meets the minimum, at least minimum, I would say somewhere between minimum and recommended is good. Recommended, obviously, but you get a level 80, level 80 waypoints unlocked, teleport to friend, 2 gold, celebratory die pack, leather bag, mystic salvage kit, so, and then some harvesting equipment. Okay, so I'll consume it. Sure, yeah. Jeez, it's gonna ask me twice.
I achieve things. I'm an achiever.
Okay, we're good. We're good to go. Now, we got another thing that opened up. I'm checking this out. Oh, thank you. Oh, they're so awesome. They gave me bags. So you're gonna get bag slots. That's pretty. Food! They're going to give me complimentary starting food that I don't have to buy? What? Stop. Stop. Awesome. Now, if you want the 20 slot bags, you do want a PvP. If you want to unlock additional bag space, you got to go to the store. I think a lot of players don't understand that in class-based games, balance is a myth. Yeah, it is. It is, totally. There's always going to be top and bottom. Well, the idea is paper, rock, scissors. It's always going to be that way. They might go up and down with buffs and nerfs with no such thing as true balance, right? I'd use Veil over Celine's for PvE, does more damage overall. But the only thing is I like the Celine's better. I felt like with the Stam and the actual way the jabs was going and the lineup, Celine's definitely felt more fluent with the build configuration. So that's why I like the Celine. And typically I don't roll Celine's. I use Velodreth typically because I run range. But and if you look at my past, I never use. See, what's the big deal was the 30%. If people go werewolf, right? That Velodreth isn't going to impact as much as Celine's. But if they go werewolf, Celine's is going to boost them up a little bit more. That's why I went there. Get the level 80, then make a level 1 to enjoy the game. Right. This game, like, I really like the PvP aspect of the game. PvE, you know, it used to be back in the day in the first Guild Wars, you'd have to grind up stuff to enjoy PvP. Well, in Guild Wars 2, they kind of took that away, and it was kind of like, oh, you know, this was cool, especially in tests. Now, you were like, oh, right, finally. But then the way they kept it where you couldn't mix the classes. So, for example, in the first Guild War, I had a Necro Ranger build, and I loved that build. I loved my neck range, man, right? It was really badass because the Necro had pets, the Rangers had pets. I had a lot of things going on with disease and trapping, right? So I had like these, what I call these trap fear type mechanics in the first Guild Wars. And they took that away in Guild Wars 2. So in Guild Wars 2, it was like, we're going to take away the merging of the classes, right? Because you had like really crazy things like warrior clerics that were almost crazy to beat, and it didn't matter how much damage. They didn't do a lot of damage, but they just whittle you down. So it was like a paladin. So it was just gut-wrenching to face certain configurations in the first Guild Wars. But once again, it was competitive. It was about the objective. And it was doable. In this Guild Wars, it was like, okay, we're going to take all that away, and we're going to put it based upon your weapon build type configurations. One second. Let me see if this is important. It's not. So there really is a lot of stuff to it. Now let's see. I want my mount, man. That's what I want. I don't want my die packs or anything. I want my mount. Can I have my mount? Where's my mount? Bobby, where's my mount? They got 5 teleports, whatever. I'm trying to find it, man. Mesmer or Necro for the win. Necro was awesome. Mesmer is always a pain in the ass. You know, I mean, you can't take away from Mez, man. A good Mez player will wreck your ass. That's for sure. You know, I mean, you can't, you know, Mesmer is, you know, whatever. My old lady used to play the first Guild Wars. She liked Mesmer. She loved Mesmer. So that was her thing. She really enjoyed Mesmer a lot. Now, if she sees this game, she might steal my computer. Okay, so we're not going to tell my wife that I necessarily got the expansion. She knows I downloaded it. But if she knows I already have it, my other level might be gone. She might be stealing my shit. Because she loved the first Guild Wars. And everybody hooked her up. Like, oh my god. But she wouldn't play with me. She would never play. Like, she played one MMO with me. She played EverQuest 2 with me. That's it. From then on, she played World of Warcraft without me. She played Guild Wars 2 without me. She played all these games without me. She would be like, no, I'm not playing with you. I'm playing it. But she's a big story junkie, I guess. I'm not. Ty was a warrior cleric. You win PvP battles by wearing them down. Yeah, this game, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of things to it. I can't even find this mount, man. I'm getting pissed. So let me explain how PvP works. Okay, so I'm going to enter the PvP lobby, right? Now, as you guys can see, I'm a rabbit, right? I'm a rabbit. You know, there's whatever. And here's my record because I started all this shit all new when I was messing with it last night. Lost 3 games, won 3 games. We enter the lobby. It's going to take us to the mist, right? So when we come here, now, like I said, like this is my first day back. Like I'm like, wow, like this is crazy. All of this is nuts. But it's called Heart of the Mist. So it's going to take you can be a level 3 and teleport to this place if you'd like. You don't have to be like, oh my god, I have to do PvE to PvP. This game, you don't have to do that. You just don't, right? You just hit level 3, you can PvP. Okay, slick. Awesome. Cool deal. Right? And it's what it is. So here we got it. I'm at the Heart of the Mist, right? Elite specialization. All right. So this is the beginning area. We come up the road here. I really do wish this was on console. That would be kind of kick-ass. I really got to adjust my graphics and my settings. It really runs smooth. I mean, my frame rates look pretty badass. I mean, I'm only going to get 30 no matter what, but because this is a little bit older, we don't get up to 60. And you can kind of scroll in. You see people with their different armor, and they get their dyes and everything else. Okay, here's the bank. What I really like about the changes from Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2. So let's talk about that. Is material storage. Okay, so just like Elder Scrolls has, if you have an ESO Plus membership, you have an unlimited crafting bag. Welcome to the bank storage crafting bag, right? So your bank will house all crafting material in the game for free. No membership required, no purchase necessary. Crafting materials all, boof, lined up in your bank between all your tunes. There you have it. Done. It's like, wow, okay. So really nice. Really, really nice. It's just and it's there. It's between everything. Just like, you know, whatever. So instead of having like, it's just like Elder Scrolls crafting bag in that essence, except I don't need to purchase ESO Plus or Guild Wars 2 monthly membership to access this. I have it all the time. There's no membership fee in this game. There is none. There's no subscription. There's not even an option to subscribe monthly. None. There isn't. It's free. Once you get it, it's there. You have it. It's completely free. Okay? There's no buy to win. There's a lot of fluff and little upgrade things that'll help you, but other than that, you know, download the game and go wreck up some shit. Okay, so that's kind of nice. I like that. You have a wardrobe storage, right? This is for all those lovely people who like collecting different styles, right? And when you do that, then you can arrange your outfitting system. Like in ESO. ESO has an outfitting system. This is the same kind of deal. The more you do, the more you unlock, the more skins you get, the more you can go with the outfitting system through this setup. Okay, then of course, no explanatory, shared banking. You can unlock more, use whatever. It's kind of pretty basic. Okay, so the banking system's pretty whatever have you. It's a pretty game too. I mean, it's very colorful. Look at that. Somebody's got like ice wings and stuff. Oh no, it's transparent. Ew. I'm going to kill this ISP provider. Hold on. Don't mind me. We're going to have a nice little conversation with Spectrum. I'm getting really pissed off. One second. Huh? Yeah. Yes. Okay, we're going to figure this out. 1 second.
Hello.
I chose you.
I'm on the phone. I'll be a minute. Of course. One second. Okay.
One moment while I pull up your technical support information.
Let's see what these
I'm
guys
not
have to say.
seeing an internet outage in your area.
No doubt.
If you're calling to activate a new internet modem, say activate. Otherwise, please tell me which of these best describes your issue. No internet, intermittent internet, or slow internet.
Intermittent internet.
You have intermittent internet. Is that right?
Yes.
Are you having this issue with one device or more than one?
More than
If you're
one.
not sure- First, I'd like to send a refresh signal to your
Oh,
modem.
hell no. No!
All right, I sent the signal to your modem. While this works in the background, you can check to make sure that all connections are properly plugged in.
Why wouldn't they be plugged in?
Also verify that your cable connection is securely tightened at both the wall and the back of the modem.
Man.
Sorry. If the hit resolves your issue, say yes.
No.
Press 1. Now, you will need to reboot your modem manually. I can walk
These
you
guys
through
real.
that. Would you like to do that?
No!
All right. If you've already tried that or need to speak to someone, say representative.
Representative.
Otherwise, please hold for a customer service representative. Please be advised that we are experiencing a large volume of calls at
I
this time and
have no doubt you're experiencing a high volume of calls.
advise you to visit spectrum.net/support for our self-help and troubleshooting options. We apologize for the inconvenience.
Be nice to the reps. They don't know any better. It's just their jobs. Always be nice to the reps.
Thank you for calling Spectrum. This is Brian. Can I have your first and last name, please?
Yes, hi Ryan. My name's Gary Ford.
Thank you. And Mr. Ford, can you also have your service address, please?
Yeah, one second. Let me do something.
Thank you. So, go ahead, please. How can I help you this afternoon?
Well, you know, Ryan, and by the way, I just have to ask, I'm currently streaming. You don't mind if I'm streaming while we have this conversation, do you?
Sure. That's fine, sir. Just go ahead.
Okay. So, as I just said, I'm streaming. I'm a streamer, a content creator, which my job requires me to have internet access at all times. So, so my viewers can watch my show, right? And I'm having a problem though because you guys, the internet keeps kicking on and off at random times, Ryan, and I have to ask myself, what is going on?
So, just to confirm, the main issue is with you having intermittent connections, right?
That
It goes on and off.
that would be correct. And I also had a tech out here a couple weeks ago. I mean, you could look that up in your system. But honestly, I think it's on your guys' end with your nodes. If you know, because you guys up until you guys bought it with Time Warner, they would definitely have what was having node capacity issues. I don't know if that's a new reoccurring thing. There for a while, I was having no problems, but recently, within the last couple of weeks, just intermittent random drops, like for like 30 seconds, and usually that's because of node capacity when things like that occur. So.
Okay. Where do you stream from, though? Is it on your computer?
I actually stream from multiple platforms, Ryan. But right now I'm on my computer.
Alright. Because usually when you deal with on and off connections, Mr. Ford, it's down to at least two things causing it. One, of course, is indeed when the way signals are being fed to your home. Because if these signals are coming in poor or weak, then that's indeed going to cause on and off connections or slow speeds. Now, second may involve the equipment that you guys are trying to use, because the first thing that would usually be checked there is with how the modem sends the internet signal to your router,
Mm-hmm.
and then from the router, going to whatever device you stream from, regardless if it's your computer, laptop, smartphone, console, or whatnot. Now, at least based on the fact that one of our technicians came there, this tells us that he may have focused on that first leg I told you about, the signal from the outside to the modem.
Well, there was no problem with the outside. He just checked the cable and redirected the line. That's the crazy thing about it. And there was an influx in speed capacity when the tech came out, even after he redid the cable line or the coax end. So, like I said, I've been doing this for 2 years, Ryan. So, and typically I don't have too many problems, but I'm a big nerd as it is too. So usually I've worked with Time Warner, not you guys so much, but Time Warner, and even helping isolate some of these issues in the past because, people like yourselves, you're just doing your job. You're just an intake person. You're trying to get to the root of the matter and trying to solve it at the easiest. But then, you have a different tier level tech, right?
That's true, sir. Well, for now, what I can suggest here is this, Mr. Ford, because if, let's say, the tech who went there a few weeks ago found no issues with how the signals are being, fed to the modem from the outside, one of the things that he can, of course, help you check will be your internal network itself. Now, they will, of course, have limitations in terms of troubleshooting the equipment, because, again, you own your equipment, right?
Well, yeah, I own all my equipment, so that's what I'm saying. Because once again, we update our equipment due to specifications. So, I mean, no offense to you guys, but my my router is like, I have a dual channel router. If I want to like manually adjust speeds, I can. Your simplified router doesn't do that. So everything's as far as updated, and especially when it came to the firmware. So everything from a technical aspect, as far as specifications due to my hardware, is impeccable. The problem of it is I'm losing signal across the board due to intermittent internet fluctuations through in your node. So why is that occurring is what I'd like to know.
So go ahead and check, sir, because again, if he saw no issues, then that...
Of course you want it, because a node fluctuation you're not going to see. But the internet, your megabytes would drop slightly during, fluctuations of people logging in. So, and then guess what? That interrupts people for like point something seconds. And as a streamer, it cuts my stream off. And then it reboots it back on. So, yeah, that's a node issue, Ryan. But I know you don't know that. I know you don't. But you can pass me on to the next tech person. That's fine.
Well, for now, sir, if you wish to, then go ahead and set up another check visit.
That'd be awesome.
At least I'll just put in some documentations in here so that they can, inspect whatever needs to be inspected.
Yeah. They can check my line. That's fine. Right.
For now, sir, I'll need the best contact number we can use for this.
Okay, 1 second.
We'll just need a moment here to put in the work order documentation so that we can give him a good head start on what has to be checked first, okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, so are we going to go this route before we, and if it's the same kind of like unresolved issue, I mean, what I just want, Ryan, I want to be able to stream without dropping. You see what I'm saying?
For sure. Gonna help you.
Because time is money, and this is my business. You're running your business. I'm trying to run my business. You know what I'm saying? I pay you guys for a service. I expect that service to be up and running.
Definitely. For now, let me just process the work order moving forward, okay?
It sounds good.
I'm having a chat with a piece of intermittent connections, Mr. Ford, okay?
Okay.
And I'm also linking this work order to the the previous technician did as well, okay?
Okay.
And in the future, I'll need your help going over the scheduler, okay?
Sure.
Do you work weekends, Mr. Ford?
I work at home, Ryan. You can get a hold of me most of any time. I'm pretty accessible.
You can do it Sunday afternoon, sir.
It sounds good.
2 to 3. Will that work?
Yeah, that sounds great, Ryan.
Alright. Now, the 2 to 3 only represents the survival window, though, okay? The work itself may take longer depending on what he asks you to do, okay?
Okay.
Just, please make sure you are someone above 18 is there.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll also give you a call at least 30 minutes before he gets there, just to remind you about the appointment, okay? Now, it's just a reminder, though, so even if you fail to answer, that's cool, okay?
Right.
That won't be canceled, so don't hit the call back. But if you really have to reschedule for whatever reason, though, feel free to call the same number you dialed, and you can use the IDRs so that you don't have to wait long for a representative, okay?
It sounds great. And you know what? I hope that he finds something this time. I doubt it's on my end, Ryan. Honestly, you know, I've just been doing this a long time, and you know, I'm kind of a nerd, and I'm telling you, something's a little whacked up on your guys' end. But hey, man, I'm willing to go through the network and through the hoops, and you know, if the company wants to save a couple of $1,000s and whatever, I'm cool with that.
All right, I'll take care of the rest of it. We'll see you Sunday, okay?
All right, thank you, Ryan. All right, bye.
See you then. Bye-bye.
All right. Telling you. They're going to send a tech out to assess. I just had a tech here like 3 weeks ago. No shit. I had a tech here because I was having this problem. And I keep trying to tell them, I'm like, it's your node. It's like when people coming in, it redistributes the connection speeds, right? And when something hiccups, you lose like a point, less than a second of internet. What ends up happening, your internet cuts its speed right then and there on an intermittent. And all of a sudden, if you're a streamer, you're screwed. You're screwed. Your game drops. It's not, the game's like, oh shit, we just dropped for like 0.1 second. And it drops. OBS says, you know, take a seat. Everything goes shit for that 1 point something second, right? And then you call them and they act like, oh, it could be your hardware. I'm like, I don't use your hardware. Your hardware's trash. Your hardware is complete trash. Sorry, it's trash. I'm not using it. I'm not leasing trash hardware. It's just not happening. So it's like literally you have to, I mean, I swear to God. Like my router has multiple channels, you know, on it. You know, it's like crazy. I take my gaming serious here. Anyways, so let me get into this. I do apologize. I do. But you got to be assertive, people. You have to be assertive. And I'm nice. I'm just a little assertive. And it's not his fault. It's not. I'm not going to yell at him. I'm not. Because it's nothing he can do. I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. He's got to set up the tech, and then the tech's got to call, and then it's all protocol, man. It's all. But, you know, you definitely don't want, if you know what you're doing, don't let them run the call, right? So one of the things is I used to train telemarketers, right, and all this. And I would say, listen, you want to be respectful, but you want to be diligent, right? Especially if you're calling businesses, because there's this thing called the gatekeeper, right? They're not going to let you talk to a person if you sound like you're a telemarketer. You need to sound like you are aware, you are on personal, you have a personal relationship with the contact, right? At all times, man. And I'm like, so you need to sound a little arrogant, but yet polite at the same time. I know it sounds crazy, right? But it works. It works. Be assertive. Don't use fillers. I know I do on my stream sometimes. I say, wait. We all do that when we're trying to look up something. But when you use fillers, there's an, you know, it's not very professional. You want the less fillers you use, the more professional you sound, and the more, you know, prompt you are to respond accordingly. So, anyways, crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so PvP. Let's get into PvP. Now, if you don't have gear, you can pick up gear. These are PvP vendors. So, right, you know, we have a bank, we have the marketplace, and then we have these things called PvP vendors in this game, right? It's a lot. This is a lot of stuff. Now, if I want to go ahead and PvP, I have two different type of queue systems. You could do, once I hit rank 20, I can, well, they changed that. This used to be different. You used to be able to do any rank. Oh, I got, okay. So rank games, right, will yield different rewards, and then there's unranked, which wasn't there one that, like, wasn't unranked you could pop in? It was called something else. That is so different. Like, just ranked and unranked? I thought this was like tournament and this was something else. Anyways, moving on. So I can go into matchmaking, right? And I can queue it up. So now I can just leave queue. But first off, I have to actually put another situation together. And I'm going to get my ass kicked. But I'll just kind of demonstrate this. So I'm going to put this back on. I'm going to put... Alright. Okay, well, we'll just go with the basics here. Alright. Now, I'm going to get my ass kicked. That's fine. I'm cool with it. Now, do I need to get PvP gear or whatever? No, I mean, basically, I'm just kind of demonstrating here. So we have Weapon League Vendor. We have League Armor Vendor. We have League Vendor. And then we have Tournament Vendor. So once you earn wins, you'll get currencies, and then you purchase them in here. And it's basically like RNG. It's all based RNG. That's one thing I hate about this game. You can get some of the stuff down here, but all the chests are an RNG system. All of it. Just RNG crap. Okay, you'll get a queue system notification. You click yes, right? Click it, boom. Everybody's got to click in. This is a check system. ZOS, your check system, right? It locks them in. Locks the check system in place. See how this isn't going in? If someone declines it, it doesn't reset the check. You notice how in Elder Scrolls, if somebody declines the check, it re-queues you. In this game, that doesn't happen. It's actually beautiful. Right, look. No re-queuing necessary. No reset in the queue system. No. That's why I said Elder Scrolls had the worst queue system I've ever seen for a battleground in my life. In my life. In my life. It's annoying as fuck. Okay. So there's the map. It's just whatever. Now, to the left, you'll see a ready check system. Okay? Just ignore this. Okay. So, players waiting. 55. If no one ever hits this, it'll wait 50-something seconds for the game to begin. But if everybody hits check on here, which we were missing 2 people, this will go away and the game will commence in like 4 seconds or something like that. So, heads up how that works. Now, sigils everything will be set up initially for your PvP, and then you can adjust your build accordingly. So I can switch out skills at any time, or weapons, or whatever else have you. These are based on weapons. These can be adjusted. Speaking of... I'll take the regular heal. See how they're not doing it? 3 seconds. Now that'll go away.
The match starts soon.
And it'll be like 4 or 5 seconds, and it'll start.
Last chance to nail down your strategy.
Yep. And it's all based on strategy. That's what battlegrounds are. That's what BGs are, or arenas, or whatever you want to call it. Now usually there's strength in numbers,
Right, you
so we
lot.
have 3 over
We'll
here.
seize
We'll
this
go with
town
the.
right
I'll go
after
with
we
the
settle
2.
things with the local lord.
Should have went with the speed one. Terrain does make a difference. Should have went with the speed lift sigil. All right. Shit.
Ah, intruder at her gate.
Fight for survival. If you get down, you can actually hit other abilities and deal some damage, and you're trying to fight for your right to live, which I didn't. Okay, first team to score to 500 wins. I respawn in 5 seconds. It is a Zerg fest. Best believe it. Okay. Bye, bitch.
That feels good.
Knocked out. That bitch is K'd.
What are you waiting for? Can't be far to that mist essence.
I killed that bitch.
Urge to kill rising. I'll have to finish this.
That one for days.
Eat my dust.
I got 2 against me or a pet. I'm dead. Especially since I'm in a ground AoE.
I chose you.
I'll revive you. Eat my dust. Heals one.
Your trebuchet's been repaired.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot. 150, 35 though. I mean, we're kicking their ass. Once again, you don't want everybody in one spot. It's just bad. You want to take at least, you know, maybe 1 or 2 people. I mean, there is a little bit of safety in numbers to a degree. There really is. I'm not saying there isn't, Problem of it is, though, I mean, if you play the position, if you don't play the position smart enough, it's going to cost you. So we got 150. I really need to. I mean, I know why they're there over there.
Enemy trebuchet repaired.
Okay, our trebuchet is golden. Everything looks pretty good.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we can summon ourselves a hero.
Oh, look at this person.
What are you waiting for? Can't be far to that mist essence.
Oh, nice knockback, bitch.
Now's our chance to end this. Kill their lord.
Shit.
I'll have to finish this. Refreshing. We heal as one. Strength of the pack. Strong.
Running away now.
I'll have to finish this.
Bye, bitch.
They're at our outer gate.
Got him. Got him too.
They're at our outer gate.
I know, I'm working on it. God, the little dude.
History is mine.
Nice blind. Mesmer. Fuck! Or elementalist. Shit, that's an elementalist. Yeah. Got two of them. It's okay, we're winning. We're winning! Let's go, let's go, let's go. That's why I always tell people in Elder Scrolls, it's not about the kills all the time. It has to be about strategy. If you want to be a good strategist, you play games like this. You want competitive, you want board scores, and you want to see how good you really are as a PvPer, you play games like this. That's what you do.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we
I
can summon ourselves a
know.
hero.
I know. There's their fucking trebuchet. That bitch is going down. Believe you and me.
They're at our outer gate.
Doesn't matter, we're in theirs. Go, go, go.
We heal as one.
This is it, mates. Keep them out.
rising.
They're all over here.
I'll have to finish this.
It's gonna be a bad day for them.
My pet needs help.
Can't believe I recovered that. They just left me. That was smart. Oh, that's their fucking shit. That's our shit. Let's go. Push this dude.
We heal as one.
Come here. Hurts, doesn't it?
Oh, I got them in the back. I'm screwed between them.
Enemy trebuchet repaired.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we can summon ourselves a hero.
Ready for action.
Rallied. Let's go.
Heal as one. Second. That looks good. Strength of the pack. Ready, willing. Head down. I'm in bad shape here. I'll have to finish this.
Ah! No. Just kill it. Kill it so we can win. Finally got me. Kill that fucker. So bullshit. All right.
I'll have to finish this.
Let's go. We're right there. We're in their shit. Oh shit.
We heal as one. Attack my target. Strong. Skill rising. We heal as one. Second. Strength of the pack.
So I killed both of them, and then they ended up, the one that died ended up spawning back.
There's mist essence nearby to be had. Find it so we can summon ourselves a hero.
Head down.
This is it, mates. Keep them out.
Come on. They're having a hard time.
This is it,
Overtime.
mates. Keep them out.
They're on the defensive this match. Well, they're being resilient. I'll give them that. I'll give them that. They're being resilient. Well, holy spliff. Come on.
One more thing from my list of
We win.
This is it, mates. Keep them out.
Boom! Ah!
This is it, mates. Keep them out.
Catch your track. Score sheet.
This is it, mates. Keep them out.
Okay. So. Once we're done, we exit the game. There's many games. So most of the time it's based on objective play. So there is a lot of objective play in the game. I do got to wrap this up, but I wanted to show it off. So once you win, you'll get a reward box. That's my notification. I gotta leave. Okay. Mastery point earned. Okay. Once we get our boxes, we can use them. Okay, and then we'll get crafting materials. Usually, also, we should be getting some currency as well. So, it's a good game. It's solid. It's a solid game. There's a lot of fun. And when you're talking about PvP, it's a battleground system. It's set up to do that. You're never going to... It's not like Elder Scrolls in the essence that, oh, you know, I got a 1v1 system where I'm going to have... It's going to be a warrior... you know, a Templar against a Sork. You know, in this game you can do that, but every class has either a paper, rock, scissors ability effect. So there's pros and cons for each classes. It's not like you can build the perfect unbeatable build. You can't do that in this game. You can't. It can't be done, right? So what happens is your ability as a PvPer to play your position against strengths and weaknesses, playing the flank position, playing strategy. You want to be more strategist coming into Guild Wars 2. The game's about strategy and playing to the objective, to PvP. When you take a look at games like League of Legends and you ask yourself, why do players play that type of game? It's about strategy. That's what compels players to play that type of game. So when you're taking a look at this type of MMO, why are millions of players playing Guild Wars 2? Well, it's simple. One, it's free, right? Base game's free. Two, PvP is kept separate from PvE at all times. At all times. Third, they never fixate on balance because they know it's a class-based system. There's not going to be balance. We want pros and cons with every class being able that they can take each other out. There's not one dominant class. There just isn't. So Mesmer's going to have its strengths. It's also going to have its weaknesses. Same thing with Elementalists. Same thing with Necro. Same thing with Rangers. So on and so forth. That's how this game is designed. Then it works on what? Strategy game and how the teams pull together to do what? Accomplish the objective. So that's why I've always been a hardcore Battleground player. Because at the end of the day, it didn't matter if I got beat out to a balance problem. I got beat out. If I get beat out to strategy, then that's something else. And you got to pull together with your teammates to try to do what? Pull out the wins for a strategic standpoint. The game's really fun in that essence. And remember, it's free. It's absolutely, if you have a PC and your rig can play this, I would tell you guys, go check it out. Go check it out. Especially if you want a PvE. If you want a PvE, there's a lot of group content. They have dungeons. Dungeons are kind of eh. You know, they have raids. So there is raid endgame in this game. You have open world, right? That you can go and check out a lot of things. Though most of the time you can't mount an open world. I don't know if the new mount you can do that. I haven't checked that out because I don't know where my mount is. We'll figure it out. But yeah, the game has a lot of pros to it, man. It has a sheep load of content that'll last you weeks, months, and it'll keep you busy. It'll keep you occupied. But let's say the words again. Free. Check it out. It might not be your cup of tea. It has PvP, very competitive PvP. PvPers in this game, especially if you get in competitive play. If you get in competitive play, there's some snobby players. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. Once you get into ranked gaming, you're about to find out how bad it gets. All right, guys. So because remember, sometimes some of these players used to be pros. Some players were pros. They got paid to play this game. All right, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Once again, thank you guys for watching. I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystic's MMOs, and as always, thank you, and have a nice day.